Uh, hey guys, it's me, Family Guy Theory, here for my first video ever. Um, I am quite fond of the show Family Guy, and I had a thought that occurred to me as I was watching the good old fashioned values in which we used to rely. Um, the question occurred to me when I was watching the episode in which the titular character known as Retep appeared. That's right, Retep. Quite the character. Um, I think he needed more screen time. I think the Family Guy people should do something about that. But he said something in particular that really caught me, got my attention. His first words were, "My name is Retep, and I am evil." Now, the question of Retep, I think we all need to ask about Retep is Retep truly evil? What is evil first? We must identify what evil is, and I think evil can have many different means. Evil could mean all kinds of things. There's just all kinds of evil, and I think Retep may or may not be evil. It's sort of down to the interpretation of retep. And the question I think we all need to ask is, well, what if we had our own reteps? What if we all had our own versions of retep? What if we were all retep? What would our reteps do? Because I think at the end of the day, retep is a dark reflection of PETA guy, and I think retep is a reflection of society, the evils of society that it has on people like PETA guy. I think retep is a dark reflection of PETA guy, and I think retep at the end of the day is something we can all reflect on. So the question of is retep truly evil? I think it's hard to say for certain if retep is truly evil, but once again, what you have to identify what what is evil, and I think in order to do that, you must look at people like the like Bowser from Super Mario. Like that guy's pretty evil, right? That guy. Oh, that guy's evil. He's as evil as evil gets. So, how does Rita, in terms of evil, compare to Bowser? Well, Bowser, he kidnaps people, he lights them on fire, he stomps on them. Real mean guy, real mean guy. Or Retep doesn't do that. Retep, Retep is someone who was pressured by society to do these deeds, to do these horrible things. I think retep is something we can all reflect on. I think retep is something when we look at ourselves deep down, we can we can all observe a piece of retep in each of us. We all have our own reteps. So I think the question of is retep truly evil, I think one can say who truly knows. I think there's a lot of debate you can have over whether or not retep is evil. It's there's a lot there to truly talk about. Now, maybe Stewie has a retep. Maybe Brian has a retep. I think I think if you want to call retep evil, you have to confront the part of you because you have a retep. You have a retep. Even if you don't want to admit you have a retep, you have a retep. That's one of the hardest things that people have to confront is their own retep. Because at the end of the day, if you look in the mirror, uh, you have to look at your own retep. So I believe retep is morally gray. I don't think there's any way to really define if retep is evil or not. So that's my video. I hope you guys liked it. Subscribe for more Family Guy theory videos. Because if you don't subscribe, I might I might I might poo poo my pantaloons.